Have you ever been punched in the mouth? Have you ever been punched in the face? Probably the same thing, right? I don't know. I've been punched in the face. I punch people in the face. That's what I do for my career. And I don't just do it with a bare knuckle. I do it with a holy moly 10-ounce boxing glove that every professional uses to this day. But I'm going to have a breakdown of why these gloves are so important to me and my lifestyle, and what I need to do to become successful while wearing these 10-ounce gloves, because there's a lot that goes into wearing the 10-ounce gloves. There's a culture behind it. Boxing's been around for hundreds of years now, and it doesn't even look like it's dying anytime soon. And these 10-ounce boxing gloves are a big factor to why the boxing game goes crazy with big names like Canelo Alvarez, Casanova, you know, whoever was in front of us. They all wore these type of gloves, and they have so much meaning. So go back into that. Have you ever been punched in the face? And if so, did you ever want to get punched in the face by a professional fighter? I don't. I just do the punching. But anyways, 10-ounce boxing gloves do represent a lot. They represent pride. They represent style. They represent a culture, a bloody culture, a sweaty culture, a culture that you really got to sacrifice everything. Eating habits, time with family, time with loved ones, even sometimes financial, problems as well in the very beginning. You sacrifice so much, you invest in so much for one opportunity, one chance to change the people around your lives forever. Be the one in your family to make a mark for the rest of the generations to come after you. And that's when all the hard work comes in. Talk about running at night, 5 a.m. in the morning, running at 12 a.m. at night, sparring 6 to 12 rounds for a fight, eating properly so you're on the right task and right way to go. These 10-ounce gloves they're not for the weak. They're for the strong. They're for the ones who are willing to risk it all and put everything they have on the line. We risk a lot wearing these gloves. We risk our pride, we risk our lives, we risk, I guess our persona, like our personification. I mean, nowadays, if a fighter loses, well, he's looked down on. But how? If he's the one willing to sacrifice and be man enough to take on a challenge in front of the whole world. That's the beautiful part about wearing 10-ounce boxing gloves. It's not just a glove. There's a man in the gloves. There's men behind those gloves that are in a corner pursuing and pushing towards a better fighter, trying to make a fighter a world champion, trying to develop a fighter to become the best of his generation, leading him the way, strapping on these weapons of destruction onto his hands, shields of defense onto his hands. Boxing is an art, it is a form, and it is a rhythm. It is something that you cannot replicate. Some people try to, you just can't. Everybody has different styles and flows, but they all come down into one thing and they sit in one puddle. And that's right here in these gloves. You can't take that from a fighter. You can't take that for say me, because of how much of the effort we put into this type of sport. And that's why it's a beautiful blessing and a beautiful curse too, because this thing right here could take so many lives, but take one fight to make your life and your family's 100 times better. So these 10-ounce boxing gloves do mean a lot to me in this world. These 10-ounce boxing gloves are actually used for the heavier classes, the light heavyweight class, the super middleweight class, 168, 175. I personally fight at the 175 class, and these are the weapons that we're only given to fight for the night, and that's it. You don't have knee guards, you don't have a head guard, you don't have anything else except for a groin guard and your gloves to protect you. That's all you have. So it's very impactful towards me and towards others, and I hope that other fighters around the world take the sport as serious as I do and take the gloves that they're given as a sense of pride and a sense of like ownership, like you did this, you achieved this, and well, then they can figure out how it feels to be punched in the face by me. But yep, 10-ounce boxing gloves, sponsored by Adidas, Team Casanova. Let's go. Woo!